welcome back to another episode of Minecraft from the MasterMind server. In the last episode, we were working on the portal room over here. And in between episodes, I've done quite a bit of digging around the ceiling. We've almost got that dug out where we want it to be. And we're going to have to continue these walls on around, get that there and this here, and we got to do a little bit of patchwork. And then we'll figure out some of the pillars, but I don't think we're going to work on that today. We've spent the last 2 episodes working in here. I think in this episode we're going to spend a little bit of time out here. Excuse you. We're going to be working on some of the detail work and maybe even some of the other stuff that we've been putting off out here. I've taken a little bit of time, put down some pathing, and started marking out some rough spots for buildings. So we'll probably have like a building here. It's not necessarily going to be the size of these squares, but these squares are going to be like it's the footprint of the building. So we might have a building here with a doorway and some stairs here. And then this one will be maybe some like windows on this side, and then it'll be accessed from up here. And then we'll have another one right next to it. Because I've been noticing on some of the old like medieval style builds, and even in the real life ones, they're pretty tight packed in some of these areas. So then we're going to have the path coming down here through the middle, and then we'll have more buildings on either side. And I went ahead and did a little bit of terraforming through here up to about over here. And then right overhead here, this I think, I'm not sure whether it's this area or this area here, but right over here is going to be the area where the bridge is going to be going across. So we're going to do something in here where it's like dug in on either side, but I haven't decided what we're going to put over there yet. I also went ahead and started extending the walls of the tower down a little bit to get a feel for that. And I was playing with some railings here on this, and I don't think I like that. I think we'll probably take them off. And I think another detail that I want to do is right here, and then right over here, where this bit right here connects to this bit. Right in here, we're going to take this dirt back out and we're going to make that into like a little bridge. And I think right over here we're going to put we're going to dig out this area right here and make like a little spring up in here, and then have like a 3-tiered or 2 or 3-tiered waterfall coming down. So it'll like come down right there into a little pool right there, and then run over to here, and then another little waterfall right here. And we're going to have to dig out some of this in here. We're going to connect this area to over here. I think that'll look nice. It'll give it a little bit of a aesthetic, rather than just covering all this over with the dirt and making a big flat area. I think we're gonna do that. And then we still need to do some of these walls in here. So I think the sun's going down. I'm gonna run back over and sleep real quick, and then we're gonna get busy marking out a little bit more of this stuff. Alright, one other thing that I did do also is I put up a task board over here of a bunch of our things to do, and if we think of something, we might toss it up on here. But I think today we might start marking out some of the other parts of the walls over there first. I planted a tree here because I thought it might look okay, and I was hoping we'd get another one of these little spindly ones like we got going here, because I thought they would be really nice along some of these parts of the wall every now and then, but we got this weird one. And I planted a whole bunch of oak saplings. This pack is really weird on its trees. Like all those trees over there, not this one or that one, but they're all oak saplings, and they turn into this, and it gives you spruce wood. So we're gonna have a hard time getting oak wood. But I started doing a little bit of the path in here, kind of breaking it up a little bit. I was thinking through the tunnel here, we would have a little bit of more of a rough look, so we might put some of the cobblestone or the brick slabs in these spaces and see how that looks. Yeah, I think we'll go with the brick. I think that'll look alright. And we might wind up doing this throughout, but I thought we'd do it together. Throw down a little bit of the pathing in here. So I know if any of you follow Butcher, he actually came through here in his last episode and was commenting about this. But it was just temporary, Butcher. We'll fix it right now, in case anybody else does happen to come through. It does look kind of weird. There we go. There. Now we got it all slabbed up so that nothing will spawn in here. We don't have to worry about zombies or whatever. We can probably take out some of these torches once we fill up these holes, because I think one could probably still spawn there. And then we can have a little bit of like mood lighting. Yeah, we still got to fill in these areas where we took out that coal, and we got to do a little bit more in here. I don't think we're going to work on this tunnel today. Well, that's the most we're going to do in here for right now. And we'll probably do some more of that. I kind of like the way that looks, so we'll probably do more of that style pathing around, at least through this area. But alright, on to the task at hand. So, oh, one other cool thing that I found. Zombies can't track you from over the top of rails. I know you guys have probably seen this here for a couple episodes, but I had zombies like all over in here one night, and I was messing around trying to get one into a cart, and I put this all around me, and then they stopped tracking me and started walking over here again. And I was like, what? So I step out, and he started coming back towards me, and I step back in, and he stopped. So we're going to have to play around with this mechanic a little bit. Maybe on the next night, if we got a zombie around here, we might play around with that a little bit. Oh, just noticed my food's getting kind of low there. Go ahead and top up on some fish. But all right. Let's go ahead and go into spectator. Okay, mode 3. We'll go into spectator, and let's go up a little bit so that we can get a good look at this from the sky. So here's what we're looking at. And this is going to probably go a little bit more throughout the area, not just right there, but up on this hill we'll probably have some more, and then around the corner over here we'll have some more houses, and then up around on this side we'll have more houses, and then we'll have the blacksmith and the quarry over on that side. So we kind of want it to look kind of dense over here on this side, a real tight village, so that when we start putting some of our villagers and stuff in there, this will be a pretty good village. And let's see, the wall will come around here, and then it'll pick up again right here where that little bit of granite is on that side. And then I think we'll curve it back around here, and then we'll probably follow the coastline. Because the plan is then we're gonna be flattening it off, and then we're gonna have a walkway on the inside of the wall, and then we're gonna have more buildings and stuff like built into the mountainside and the cliffside, and then the more buildings and the actual castle part up on top. But let's go ahead and go back into survival, and we'll get some of our stone and start putting some down, and we can get a feel for how this is going to work. Alright, so we're going to pick up right here at the granite, right here. One thing we probably should do is figure out the height, but I think for right now we'll probably want to put down like a single layer, we'll probably want to go straight to here, about like that. And then we'll follow. I put down a couple of these cobblestones also, but we want to try and keep straight lines as much as possible so that we don't lose our wall feeling. Because if we get too many curves and stuff, it can get to be a little weird. Alright, so we'll go to here. Yeah, like about like that. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and throw down some more of these, and I'll bring you back and we'll get an aerial view of where the wall exactly is going to go. There's another thing. Every time I see that little island right out there, I picture an old, abandoned, broken down, ruined tower. So I know that's right in between Marine Squirrel's area and my proposed building area. Maybe him and I can work together and build some castle ruins out there on that. Maybe that'd be like some kind of pirate hangout, where they're kind of terrorizing our bay and or something weird. Maybe we'll give it some kind of a story. So if you're watching, Marine, what do you think about that idea? I think two of us can put our heads together and build a little bit of a ruined tower out there on that island. I think it'd look pretty cool. But alright, we went ahead and did over to about there. We didn't go very far. We still got to finish up this little section of that tower. I think it's gonna be. Let me get back over here on land. Let's go ahead and go back into. Let's go back to spectator real quick so we can get a good view of this. Now, before anybody says anything, we can't go into survival or anything. We only have spectator so that we can get aerial shots and screenshots and time lapses and stuff like that. So, if we continue going along the coast, we're going to have to wrap it around quite a ways. But yeah, right over here on this island is what I'm talking about. That just, to me, it looks like a ruined tower right there in the center. But we'll probably have some towers built into the landscape here too. We'll probably have a big tower, spiring tower up there on top there. And then we'll have an upper wall on the top too. But I'm gonna go ahead and get back to work on this wall, and I'll catch you guys in a little while. Alright, this is the last layer, and this section of wall will be ready for texture and whatever these things are called. And then we get to go over there to that side and take them up to this Y level. And this is Y level 76. So I'll go ahead and put down the last layer, and I'll go ahead and put down the last layer, and we'll take a look at what it looks like. Oh, come at me, man. Come at me. Come at me. Oh, yeah. Oh, man. We're going to have to... I just used an ender pearl to go down to my shulker because we've been building like crazy on this wall. When an endermite popped up over here, and then guess what, guys? We got a hit. So we're definitely going to have to build us a trophy room. One of these buildings, it's going to have to be... Ooh, I've got an idea. Over here in this mountain, there's like a really small cavern that kind of goes out, and I was going to tie it into the wall over there somehow to where like you had to go through the cavern to get to this side of the wall and then maybe back over to this side. I think we're going to hollow that out a little bit and make that our armory and our treasure room for right now. well, maybe not the treasure room. That'll be over here in this side, but that'll be like our armory, our battlement. Maybe we'll hang their heads in there for right now until we get our treasure room built. And then we'll hang them up in there. Oh man, our head collection is coming to... Alright, well, with the exception of the pointy bits on top, the wall is complete up to this point. I think that's as far as we're going to go for right now. I think we're going to work on the inner part of the city more before we start expanding this out. But we are going to use this wall and we're going to circle it around at least to the end of the island. And we'll probably do something else around the other side. I'm not sure yet. But that's as far as we're going to go on that wall for today. I don't want to spend too much time on this because it is just a wall and I don't want to bore you guys too much. So I'm going to work on that, finishing that wall up and finishing up the detailing of this part of the wall in between episodes. But for right now, I think I'm gonna think about this idea over here. Here's the little cave that I was talking about. I think we can make this into an armory and we can have armor stands and item frames with all of our weapons and stuff on here so that we can quickly grab our gear and head out to the walls to defend the place, or our soldiers can. Maybe we'll even have another watchtower out here in this little peninsula. About the same as design as that one, but it'll be out there on that side of the wall. And maybe we'll have like a little bridge going from the wall out to it. That way they can run in and straight into the armory. And there's the opening right down here that goes into it, and there's also an opening up here. So I think that this opening on the top is going to have a walkway that comes around here to this side. And that's how we're going to get into the armory from up top. We'll come around to here. And then we'll have a stairway coming down. Whoa, spiral stairway coming down this way. Yeah, I like that idea. We'll just have to finish out that little section right there. I like that idea. I think that's going to be awesome. So then we just need to figure out a platform going around there. Yeah. And then we don't necessarily have to do a whole lot here. Maybe we'll have like a little balcony sticking out a little bit, but not too far. And then we'll have this wall here is gonna change. I had it at this level, but that's too low in comparison to the other one. We're gonna take this up to 73, I think we said it was. So F3 73. Let's see, shift. So we only got to take it up maybe 3 blocks for the walkway. So that's not too bad. We can work with that. So we'll work on getting this one raised up 2 or 3 blocks, and then we got to finish taking this all the way across to here. And then I think on this side we're just gonna go ahead and tie it into this part of the wall right here and call that good for right now as far as the wall on this side goes. And then, oh, look at me with F3 still on. And then we're going to go ahead and start digging out this section here for our blacksmith. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to dig out this area here, and we were going to have the minecart come out and drop off all of our smeltables on this side. So we're going to set up a little blacksmith hut over here. Or at least we're going to get started on it in this episode. So let me go ahead and do some excavating and dig out a little bit of a section of this terracotta, this gray terracotta stuff right here. We'll take this section out, and maybe we'll see about building a little bit of an awning coming out. And then maybe some poles coming down, and then right in here is where we're going to build our blacksmith. I want to go ahead and get some of these loose ends at least started. It's alright. I'll do a little bit of digging and I'll bring you right back. Alright, there we go. That's going to be the area for the blacksmith. And I think that I think that we can make that work. I think that'll be plenty of space. And then we can decorate this all out. Yeah, I think we can make that work. Of course, we're going to be replacing some of the dirt and all that. Because we don't want it to look like they just hacked into the side and that's it. Because they're going to have to put up some like wood beams and stuff kind of like this over here. So we'll be doing a little bit more of that. And I was playing around with some ideas here of like reinforcing the dirt with these poles. So we'll probably be doing a little bit more of that in any of these areas that have like exposed dirt. So like right there where the dirt's hanging, we'd have to put up some planks and maybe some posts to reinforce the dirt if we leave it as dirt. So I think with that in mind, we're going to probably go ahead and remove this dirt just so that it doesn't have any of the physics tendencies to fall, you know. I know it doesn't do that in Minecraft, but let's play it as if it will. So we'll probably go ahead and do the same thing right here on this side to about the same dimensions or so. And that's where we'll have our little stone cutting area. And all of our non-smeltables will go over there from the mine. And these will be our storage areas for those, because right now we're having to run all the way back over there to store all of our goods. So I want to at least store the majority of our building materials here, because this is where we're going to be using it. And we'll have that island be more of like the food and the animals and stuff, because in the next episode too, I want to try and go over and get some cows and sheep and pigs and start getting them bred up. And we'll have them over there in that area. But let me go ahead and dig out this section and we'll bring you right back. All right, well this is going to make it a little bit easier to dig this out. I was over here counting blocks and everything, but we'll probably go ahead and incorporate this into the storage room. So it won't quite be the same as over there. It'll be the same width, but we'll go ahead and just dig this out. And then we'll call that a day. Alright, here we go. We got all those dug out and everything, but our episode's running just a little bit long, so we're going to go ahead and call that the end of this episode. I hope you all enjoyed this episode, and if so, go ahead and hit that like button. And even if you didn't, hit it anyway. But until the next time, guys, I'll catch you all later.